Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakwadash, Yahweh. And I gave blessings and praise to Yahweh, the Most High, and Yahweh Shai, the only begotten Son. Shalom, peace and blessings and power and strength to the men pushing the same work and the same truth, the same doctrine, the same spirit. And that starts from the elder apostle men of the GMS church on down to all the brothers in the same spirit, doing the same work. So, real quick video. People don't get it because they just don't have faith. No matter how many scriptures you're going to read to them, no matter how much sense you make, they don't have faith. They was not gifted faith. So they're not going to hear it. They're not meant to. They wasn't given that gift, that wonderful gift of having faith. It wasn't given to them. And then we'll start here then. Ephesians 2:8. For by grace are ye saved through faith, and not of yourselves. It is the gift of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. So through faith, you are saved through faith. And it goes on to say, it is the gift. That faith was a gift for you to actually believe in what these scriptures are talking about. These words in this book. Some little old words in a little old book, if you will, to believe on that. When you got a whole world that you live in day to day, that's faith. To choose the words of the book over the life you live, to forsake that. But it's all of the spirit. Our spirits bear witness that we are the children. Our spirits bearing witness with these words, which these words are spirit and are of life. And if you don't have faith, you can't testify unto that. I'm just gonna grab this before I forget it. 1 Corinthians 3:6. I have planted, Apollos watered, but Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai gave the increase. And how does he give the increase? By he gifts you with faith. That's how he gives you the increase. I have planted. So we can plant the seed. We can water the seed. But it don't matter unless Yahweh Hashem Yahushua gives the increase, aka gifts them, gives them the faith. The faith has to be given to them for them to believe these words, these scriptures. Like it's straight out of faith. It's straight up faith. And everybody wasn't given faith. It says 2 Thessalonians 3:2, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. The Lord said, shall I find faith on the earth? And nobody got no faith but the remnant. Luke 18 and 8. I tell you that he will avenge them speedily. Nevertheless, when the Son of Man cometh, shall he find faith on the earth? Because it's going to be so little, like a speckle, a wave to a drop. Paraphrasing the second Esdras, as far as who going to be saved. Shall he find faith? Basically, no, because outside of the elect, because it's such a small remnant. But he'll find it through the elect. That's why these words ain't getting with people. Let me get this one. This is a real quick video. Sirach 1 and 14. To the fear of the, it says, to fear. See, yeah, here we go. To fear the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and it was created with the faithful in the womb. It was created with the faithful in the womb. To fear the Lord, having faith, the fear of the Lord, the beginning of wisdom, that was all created in the womb with the faithful in the womb. And then real quick, I'm gonna get this one. It's gonna be real quick. I ain't dragging this out, but Romans 8, it was predestinated. If that was gonna be in you, Romans 8 and 29, for whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his son. So boom. So whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate. So how did he predestinate you to be conformed? How did he already preordain you to be conformed to the image of Yahushua, to be a certain way? He put that into you. He gifted into your spirit to have that faith. See, the Sirach 1 and 14 says it was created with the faithful in the womb. So that predestination, that you're going to have that faith to believe what the prophets are saying, to believe in this word, to believe in what you cannot see. So all these scriptures, and we can make all the sense in the world. We can plant that seed. Apollos can water it perfectly, just the right way, doing an immaculate job. But if Yahweh Shem Yahushua don't give the increase, aka don't give that person faith to believe, or if it wasn't already given to him in his spirit, he won't care. It won't register with him. It's gonna sound like gibberish to him. It won't register with them. They won't give a fuck. Hebrews 4 and 2. For unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it. We read all these scriptures, all these wonderful, beautiful scriptures, saying all types of wonderful things. But they don't give a damn because they ain't got no faith in them to give a damn. They don't have no faith in them so it can profit them. They have no faith. They don't give a damn. So people ain't gonna get it because they don't have faith to give a damn. I'm gonna drop this one after I read it one more time. Sirach 1 and 14. To fear the Lord is beginning of wisdom. People don't fear the Lord. They weren't made to fear the Lord. To fear the Lord is a gift. You've been made and you've been preordained to fear the Lord. That's a gift. And it was given and it was created with the faithful in the womb. Isaiah 29:11. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. And that's the point. No faith, you won't be able to understand it. You can read it, not understand it. It can be taught to you, broken down to you. You can kind of get it, but you won't grasp it. You won't cling to it. And even if you kind of understand it, you won't care. So it'll leave your mind because you have no faith. You don't really understand. You don't understand. The understanding is that key that people don't have, that oil they don't have. They got some knowledge of this. They got knowledge of the scriptures. They don't have the understanding. They don't have that true faith. They don't have it. Matthew 13:15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes. Blessed are your eyes because you got faith. Blessed are for they see, and your ears for they hear, because you have that faith. You have the faith. You believe on these words. Right? The Lord said, believest thou this? It's a good one. It's a good one. Because it's like, look, watch. It should come right up better. It says, right here, look, this is it right here. John 11:26. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. Believest thou this? See, these scriptures say all these wonderful things, all these crazy, amazing things. But do you believe it? And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We can read these to Jake. Like, look, trying to relate to him. Brother, look, you don't have to die. You don't have to live like this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to go through this. It's a way out. It's salvation from this hellhole of a place. Read these scriptures. You see what it's saying. We're reading it to him. Okay, but this world, and we right here right now, and I don't really, maybe 1,000 years from now, all this, everything else, because they don't have the faith. They don't believe this. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. It say what it say. But believest thou this? Do you believe it though? Do you believe how shall I be back this year or next year or the year after that? Hopefully next year, this year, whatever. We hoping as soon as possible. But do you believe it though? No? Okay, you weren't given that faith. That's just, but that's the point. Everybody ain't got faith. Everybody ain't gonna understand. No matter how much passion we bring out these scriptures, no matter how well it's broken down, they not gonna get it because they ain't got the faith. Motherfuckers don't believe. They don't believe. And that's ugly. And that's hideous. People who don't have no faith. Whatever. But that's the point. 144, 1445. Close it out here. All praise, honor, glory. Oh, it's 442. Because I was looking at the time of the video duration. But that's it. So giving all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakodah, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. That's it.